All right.
Okay.
Solar, how are you doing?
Hey, thank you for having me back again.
Oh, look, and this is definitely an upgrade because look at these grills. We got a different hairstyle. She said, all right, I'm going to show up. What has changed since the last time we sat and talked?
So a lot has been happening with my business, my style, everything. I've been just exploring, learning, just growing.
You launched your Kickstarter for your puffs.
So much has happened.
So give us a little snippet about what the puffs are.
So,
and I'll include a picture or something in this so you can see.
So my hair puffs are basically like type 4. I do type 3 hair extensions in the shape of a whole bunch of different shapes like stars, butterflies, hearts, you name it. There's so much more to come, but I'm so excited for these. For more people to have them in their hands.
That's exciting. And I saw the shoot that you did with the girls.
Yes, that was my first ever shoot that I did, like that I put together, that I got the models, everything.
And you did the shoot with the girls and the women in the same day?
Yes.
Oh, you ate that
It was a lot.
I know you were exhausted at the end of that.
Yes, it was a lot. And I was doing makeup, hair, everything.
Oh, see, no. You deserve some help. Now, that's when you leverage your platform to reach out to other creatives to help you with it.
It was fun. It was a learning curve, but I did it.
Exactly, yeah. So now you're like, okay, next time I'm going to reach out to some
next time
people.
I know.
Exactly. Okay, so how, in that shoot, how did the girls feel?
A lot of the grown, the babies loved the whole process. They felt like princesses, and even the adult models were saying like seeing the children really was a healing moment for them, and it was important to have the grown adults and also the children a part of the shoot because I want to show people that it's for all ages. It does not matter what age you are, you could wear stars.
Yes, exactly. And then with that, I'm sure they had that reaction. It was probably their first time feeling how it feels to take off your extensions and weave,
Yeah.
So like that, they're like, oh my god, they're like, what's going on?
No, they really liked it. It was just for the shoot. I still need to make better ones for the children to keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said, all right, babes.
I'm not going to do that to them.
Oh, you let them have it?
Yeah, I'm going to.
So how did you come about like even doing this, like creating those stars and these puffs?
Honestly, it was an idea that came to me after thinking about how can I be more practical in trying to get and influence people to like really try to get natural hair sculpting as a part of their day, and I had to be practical with the fact that not a lot of people have time like me. There's a learning curve. So I thought about how can I make this into a product that people could just put on and take off, and so it just grew from there. Like the sketches to getting it patented, there was so much involved that I said, from now on, if I have an idea, I have to act on it quickly and I'm going to just bring it into fruition.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And there's such a space for it and such a need and like I said, space for it to create for in that category.
Yes, there's a lot of room for imagination, new creations. Like there's endless possibilities with our hair,
Yeah, and you're the perfect person to pioneer that movement within the extension arena. And I'm sure you have more that you're planning on doing in that space.
Yes, but I have to protect them as they come out,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And not be too overwhelmed.
Yes.
Speaking of being overwhelmed, what's been like a barrier that you've approached on this journey to as an entrepreneur, as a influencer?
I would say my own barriers is personally like trying to scale what I do, because I'm an artist. I've always been creating, and one thing that I guess holds a lot of entrepreneurs back that have a creative like talent is that they're perfectionists.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I'm like, I have to have the best packaging. I have to make sure like I have the best models. I have to, everything's the best. And so like for me, in order to scale my business, to make this like a real thing, I have to like allow myself to see it without me there. I have to like hire people to help me, like not being afraid to ask for help and to like hand it off. That's a mental barrier that I definitely have.
Definitely. And it's like, I can relate to that setting up my content creation studio. I'm like, oh, I need 3 lights and 4 angles, and I'll need a camera and a B camera and a above head camera. You know, it's
and
like,
you're doing it. It looks good.
thank you. You know, but and then on the flip side, somebody filming on their cell phone in the car will get, you know, hundreds of thousands of views.
So it's like, do you really?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I technically know, and like I feel like at this point, it's just like factual that more organic content and lo-fi content is performing better.
Yes.
So that's when you have to have that understanding to where, okay, I'll still do some low effort lo-fi content to perform better, but I also still, you have to understand where your brand is and where your lane is and your aesthetic.
I was gonna say, you know, is it your brand? Is it a part of your brand to be this way?
Exactly.
Stay on brand.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. But I'm gonna still do some like, you know, chiller stuff, but definitely, you know, polished and with a film background.
Exactly.
And a passion for aesthetics and beauty and fashion and luxury. That,
yes,
you know,
luxury.
Yeah.
Because that in itself is inspiring. You know, a lot of people aim to be better, and I think it's important to, you know, keep your standards high if they're high. Like, nothing's wrong with that.
That part, exactly. So what's something you do to keep your hair regimen standards high?
Ooh, it's so crazy because I'm a lazy natural.
A lazy natural. Yeah, what is a lazy natural?
Basically, like not being like so tied up in your hair regimen. You know, if I miss a week and I like if I said I was gonna wash my hair this week and I don't, I'm like, okay, you know, it's okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't hold myself up to like so many different regimens, but I feel like because I have like, you know, days where I'm constantly manipulating my hair, it's like the days that I'm not doing my hair, I just put in a bonnet, you know.
Yeah.
I don't do much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's been such a joy getting to understand and appreciate and fall in love with my own hair.
Right.
And I know you have a similar path.
Yes.
And just when you understand, what's the process look like from you, like letting go of your thought process that your hair is bad hair and not good hair? I'm assuming that's where the process probably started.
Yeah.
To loving it. What does that journey, what does that road look like?
So for me, it looks like cutting it all off and starting all over again.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I had long hair. I was always straightening it, and it was like an obsession. Like, you know, there was a feeling in my body that I couldn't relax. You know, I always had to make sure like it wasn't too dewy outside. I had to make sure that like I didn't sweat too much because like I didn't want my baby hairs to get curly in the back. Like I was just really obsessed and tense with like me going out and trying to stay pretty with my hair straight, you know. And now like when I was 18, I moved to California and I decided to say, you know what, let me just start all over. This is a new place. No one knows me. Let me just start over and relax.
Yeah.
You know, and like feel my body, you know, not be afraid of water, not be afraid of like wind. You know what I mean? Like just relaxing, because I was so tense when I had to keep my hair straight.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
Yeah.
No, okay. So it went from cutting the hair off to just getting in a state of relaxation and just being more calm and peaceful and still with it. Then from there, where did you go?
Style. You know,
styling. You start experimenting.
Yes, a lot.
Trying different products.
Perfecting. Like if I was wearing my hair out at like a circle, like I had to make sure it was the perfect circle. Like I was like, you know, I'm in this point where I love being in my natural state when it comes to my hair. Now I have to style it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
In its natural state.
Yeah. Where you are now?
I think I'm more like venturing off like in an alternative. Like I like the layers, I like the fringe, I like color, you know, and I know the styles that you like. I've seen you put together like the covers. I'm like, you have a style that you like for me, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm like venturing away from like the perfected like shapes and going into the fringe and the, like, I wouldn't say crazy, but just you know, adventurous and fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, that's probably true. That's probably true.
No, but I respect that because you're an artist.
Yeah.
You know, and we always like, it's art is subjective. You know, and it's so fun to see what people like.
Well, I think in addition, I'm sure I probably do, but in addition to that, I was like pulling images that were like polished, you know?
Yeah, and that's your style.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of your like more experimental stuff, or maybe like videos and things like that, are less polished, that would go into like a collage for me to collect for a mood board.
Right.
So that's something, if you had more that could inspire you to shoot some of the more alternative styles.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been taking photos. Yeah.
Exactly. They're more like videos, and you'll be out in the day and I'd have to screenshot it.
Right.
Versus like the ones that were in that mood board were like more maybe still.
Yeah, I was having a lot of photo shoots last year, so now it's getting hotter. I'm gonna go back outside.
Exactly. See, so you may be like, oh, is this what they want? Just like, no, this is just what the polish was.
Yeah.
So now you shoot these, and I remember last time we spoke about it. We spoke about giving people, you're creating mood boards for these people,
right?
You know, for people with texture, like 4 type texture, hair type, and just thick and kinky texture to create.
Right.
So,
that's what I've been posting more on Pinterest, like to give more people that inspo, because it's like, I always tell people, like, it's not my hairstyle. This is a hairstyle that I did for you to try.
You know what will be interesting for you, and just for the community? You remember when you would go, say if you would go to a barbershop and they'll say like the different hairstyles, if you did a sheet like that, a poster,
yes,
you know, promoting your brand, and you did it in that style, like, that's some game. I'll just
no, trust me, I thought about it.
It's like, but like literally like marketing it as like, or having it look like an old hair salon.
Like the retro.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And because that's pretty much, I remember going into barbershops growing up and being like, okay, I'll take the number 3. You know, can I get a number 3? But then for the back taper, can you do it like number 7? You know, and so
it definitely crossed my mind.
You know, that could be cool. That could be a cool little thing that people could buy, like merch almost.
Yes.
To hang up in their homes or whatever. Yeah, or in
We're
salons.
Spilling the ideas, because I definitely had it back there.
You're like, wait a minute, we're gonna need to cut that out.
Yeah. It has to be a surprise.
Right. You're like, I was already working on that. Sorry, you didn't have me sign
That's in my
NDA.
Canva docs. Like, okay.
You didn't have me sign the NDA, so. But yeah, okay. So now let me ask some questions. I asked ChatGPT, I said, what are the most searched questions about 4 type hair? And so these are some of the questions that it asked.
Okay.
And so I would love to, What is 4C hair, and how do you know if you have it?
I describe 4C hair as coily hair. So like it's like a coil, like a copper coil. It springs, you know, like that. And curly hair is more like wide curls, you know.
Exactly. Okay.
And coily there's a broad range of coils. So you know.
And one of the things that I see sometimes, and sometimes how I look at 4C hair, is it sometimes can be in zigzags. You know, like the little Z's. And you pull it in this, and sometimes they're not even like
beautiful.
It's like little Z's.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know what category you could even say.
Right. What? I don't know.
It's not coiling, it's zigzagging. So it's like,
exactly.
What?
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another question, one of the top search questions about 4 type hair. How do I moisturize 4C hair to keep it from drying?
I think it depends on your porosity. I'm not like the hair expert, but I know that the LCO method helps me. You know, I tried the lock method and it wasn't really doing it for me. Yeah. So I guess like just trying those different ways of like sealing moisture in your hair and seeing what works for you.
Okay, definitely. That's a good one. Let's see. So I know this particular question speaks on growth and length. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people in the 4C and just 4 type hair community, they desire more length,
right?
And due to the shrinkage level, so sometimes they may even have that length there, but since it shrinks up so much, it's harder to notice the actual length that's happening without blowing or stretching out the hair.
Exactly.
So I know since you don't seem like you're obsessed with length. You seem more that you lean towards shape.
Yes.
And
it's because I was obsessed with length and I had to let that go to be healthy mentally about my natural hair journey. I had to stop obsessing about length because that comes with like the beauty standard that people always try to like adhere to. So that's why I said, if length is important to you, my biggest thing would be like if you have a struggle like with actually growing your hair, besides the fact that like you just have a lot of shrinkage, I would say, scalp, stimulating your scalp, I know helps. I used to oil my scalp a lot, but I heard that oil doesn't help grow your hair. But like I had hang time when I was younger and I contributed to my regimen.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No, definitely. And that in itself right there is something to take away is you, instead of being obsessed with length, that there is an option of totally stepping away from it.
And I was gonna say, I didn't want to sound like dismissive about people's like concerns, but I was like, if you are obsessed with something, try not to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Exactly. It might bring you more like contentment about your life.
Exactly. No, that's definitely a good thing too. And also, not everybody's face shape and head shape supports length. Sometimes you may get more out of your face shape if you had a wider shape. So for me, my face is really long. I mean, it's not really long, but it's more on the longer
super long.
It's more long than it is wide.
Right.
So to balance that out, I add more width. And so that kind of balances out. Versus if I pull this all back, my forehead will look longer.
Exactly.
And so adding width can help. And so maybe you may have a face shape that you would benefit from a shorter hairstyle or something that goes out wider versus longer.
I totally agree. It's an art, You could try different things, see what works for you, but it really comes down to the face shape.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
and so and also just the energy you feel. And also when you're not so focused on length, you can get more volume. And that volume is it brings in a whole different energy.
Exactly, because it was a thing, having voluminous hair in the 80s, and back then people were fighting for it.
Literally.
Fighting for it. So I just embrace it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so speaking of energy and walking into a room, I remember last time we talked about how people receive you when you walk into the room with some of your hair sculptures.
Right.
Tell us about that?
It's an experience in itself. I think that by creating the star puffs, I'm able to share that with other people so they could feel exactly how I feel. It's like walking in a room knowing that no one else is wearing what you're wearing, but with hair.
Right.
So that like if you enjoy creating, you enjoy people seeing your work, you enjoy attention of any kind,
right?
You come to an event, you want to pop out, I would encourage you to try hair sculpting, because people are going to be like, wow, how did you do that?
Literally.
That's something you cannot buy, well, I mean, other than the star puffs,
right?
But
you said actually you can buy them now, instantly. That's good. Yes. Okay. See, it's still so fresh for you that's still in your mind. You're like, Period. That's good. Look at that. I love that you're creating a whole new wave and opportunity for people to express themselves.
Thank you.
And I feel that can be like the gateway to them doing it on their own hair.
Exactly.
Or, it's like, okay, let me just slick my hair in a quick little bun and throw on this star puff. And then they may play around with it and say, okay, I can now play with a little bit here. Let me just play with this. Or maybe they left it at home one day, or they're out of town and it's back at home.
Exactly.
They're like, let me try to do it on my own hair. Oh, okay, I could do something similar, you know?
Exactly. So. Like, even if it's not the whole entire thing, it's like the point is that our hair can naturally do it. Yeah. You know, it's not something that is impossible for us to do. It's just imaginary. You know, the fact that our hair could actually take these shapes is actually really amazing.
Who do you want to have put your puffs on?
Ooh, Doechii.
Doechii, yes. Doechii is someone that I could see that.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna just put that out there, Doechii. If you see this, if you work one of Doechii's hairstylists, we would love to see Doechii in this.
She's doing the work.
She's doing the work. Yes. This is Solar, Doechii. This is Solar, this is Doechii. Let's make it happen. But thank you so much for coming to spend some time.
This was amazing. Thank you for having me.
Yes. All right. Well, good luck on those puffs.
Thank you.
I need to order me some.
I'll give you some.
Period. Let's do it, and I'll make some content.
Yes.
And so, but all right. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.